We do have the mayor, and I'm going to go to line 1 and say hello to Mr. Jamie Snook. How you doing, sir?
Hi, Pete. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I hear you're on the mend. You got a little bit of an Achilles issue.
Yeah, I haven't been as mobile this summer, but I am back on my 2 feet now, so it's a nice feeling. I didn't take a lot of things for granted, that's for sure. So thanks for asking and for mentioning that.
Playing soccer with the kids, and lo and behold, you're just not up to it.
Yeah, I guess my youthfulness thought I would be no big deal. But,
well, you're a runner, so I would have thought you would have been in fine shape, including your Achilles tendon, but I guess you turned the wrong way or something, did you?
It was just all of a sudden. I don't know what to say happened other than I certainly don't wish it on anybody. It was quite painful.
Yeah,
and
it's a slow mend from what I understand, so my heart is with you.
Thank you.
All right, so I got a couple of things. I know that you tweeted out something about fire, prevention and preparations, but can we talk about the absence of a plan, at least as far as I'm aware, for what you do, where you go, how people deal with a North Spur emergency if it were to give away, even in part, and send some water and mud your way. Should they be doing the work they're doing right now on that in advance of such a plan?
Yeah, no, that's obviously why I called in, and I was doing a little bit of exercise this morning and heard a lengthy interview on your show, I think it was yesterday, and I guess frankly felt there was a bit of misinformation out there, and that the town does have an emergency management plan. The town has had one now for over 25 years, but back in 2004 it was registered with the Department of Fire and Emergency Services. And as recently as 2015, we've updated it. And I guess as a little bit of context for us as a new council, me as a new mayor back in 2013, we had a little bit of an introduction to emergency planning when the power went off at New Year's Eve and it was minus 50 out. Mm-hmm. And it was a bit of an unnerving situation because you're wondering, okay, what do you do in the event of an emergency? And we were still too new into this being on council to even know of the plan, so to speak. And it's a very important topic. Shortly after that, as a council, we did establish one of our 6 standing committees as an emergency preparedness committee. We followed that up with councillor training on the topic. We updated the plan, done a number of things in partnership with Fire and Emergency Services to increase our capability in the fire equipment and fire hall improvements and so on. So one of the big responsibilities for us as a municipality in the event of emergency is to one of our roles is to declare a state of emergency if required, but to also man an emergency operations center. So in the event of an emergency, there's a critical role there for us and for myself as mayor as well in terms of communication. So very interesting topic and one that we're actively in discussions about on a monthly basis. One of the key parts of our plan that I think is important to get out there is you need to assess the probability of all these different risks. And when you go through the document we do have in place, we're talking, I know some people are interested in the flood scenario for Muskrat Falls, but in terms of our town, a little bit different than the city of St. John's, something such as a forest fire, for example, has caused our emergency plan to have to go into action in recent years. The power outage at minus 50, I mentioned that. Mm-hmm. We have the airport, that's something to have considered. And all of these have different probabilities, I guess, of happening, and we got to be prepared for all of them, frankly, if there's an emergency. Mm-hmm.
They're all different. They all have different requirements, and people have to know what to do in each one of them. Are you satisfied that the plan is sufficient for something like a North Spur collapse?
Well, I'll say that I've seen this plan in action now a couple of times, like 2 examples I've just mentioned, and an amazing amount of collaboration from a long list of stakeholders here in town, government agencies, NGOs, and so on, and it has worked. So I have confidence in it, and that's why I was felt compelled to call in today. I felt that there may be really a bit of fear-mongering going on, that the town didn't have a plan. In terms of North Spur and the Muskrat Falls project, obviously a huge project, one that we are trying our best with the capacity we have to be engaged in. As our understanding, an emergency management plan is in place, or is being worked on, and we're expected to see a copy of it this fall. I know from the little bit of information I've seen on it so far, there was a 2010 dam breach study done during the environmental assessment planning process. And no doubt if there's a dam breach in the future, it would potentially have certainly a significant impact on the town. But you got to weigh that off by the point of it being a very low probability of happening.
But just let me interject for a second. You're the mayor of Happy Valley Goose Bay. Is it disconcerting to you at all that you don't know more than you do, that you haven't been brought in more so than you have, and that they're actually removing and have removed all the vegetation off this thing, which presumably changes it, and they've got heavy equipment on it, and yet they haven't completed the plan you're talking about to date? Shouldn't this be something that happens first?
Well, I think on that point, there's no doubt this council and previous councils would agree that, as from a municipal perspective, we would have liked to have been a lot more engaged in the planning, and in this case, emergency planning, long ago. I don't think we're going to debate that topic at all. And a lot of times when you hear us debating and making comments in the media in reference to a capacity agreement for the municipality, that's exactly what we're talking about. One of the recommendations of the environmental assessment panel was for a capacity agreement to be put in place with the municipality that would allow us to engage and be a lot more proactive on all of these topics.
Well, why wouldn't Nalcor and the companies that it has contracted have, understood this as much as you and assumed that the necessity for it is as dire as you suggest? I mean, this is life and death we're talking about, and yet you're saying that you would like to have been more engaged, and no matter how many times you said that, it hasn't happened. Yeah.
No, it hasn't to date. So I'm told this fall that there will be a draft plan for us to review, and with the capacity that we have, we'll certainly do our best to engage with the company and integrate it with our own town's emergency management plan. And really, time is of the essence. We can't get at this quick enough for my liking, and every chance I get, I continue to advocate for that capacity agreement. In terms of the Muskrat Falls project right now, I know tonight, for example, water levels haven't raised, and it won't be till late next year that starts to happen. But would have to agree with your point. The sooner that we're brought on board, so to speak, and given the ability to engage in a meaningful way, the better. And that's certainly going to be one of the huge lessons learned from the Muskrat Falls project, is that the earlier communities are engaged and given the capacity to engage, the better on these projects, because I mean, we're well into the Muskrat Falls project, and we're still asking to be brought up to speed on a whole host of topics.
Were you or your council advised that the denuding process, the deforestation of the North Spur was about to happen?
Well, we're aware that that is happening, and
you were told in advance. You were told before they started doing that was going to occur.
Specific specifically, we're not kept that up to date, I guess, on when deforestation started to happen on that specific place. I mean, we find out a lot of things secondhand, frankly, but I am told that the work that's happening there now is improving the stability of the North Spur. Obviously, the other people out there in the media beg to differ, and as a town...
I'd love for someone to explain to me how taking all the vegetation off something that's made of clay and therefore letting it absorb all the precipitation fall on it is in any way stabilizing it. But, that might have to happen before they can do the stabilization, but I don't see how that in and of itself can be a stabilizing activity.
Yeah. No, I hear you, and I'm not the one to make comment on that part of it for sure. But I do want to get the point out there, though, that the town is ready, willing, and able to engage with the company on emergency planning, and we always have been. So it's my hope that that'll happen as soon as possible. Sounds like in the fall is the timeline that they're expecting.
Okay. Mayor, I've got to run. Our time is completely up and over a long time ago, so I'm going to have to say goodbye right now, but I do hope we can speak soon again on this. This is a very important issue for not only everybody living in the Mud Lake and Happy Valley Goose Bay area, but for all of us, of course. We're all connected.
Yeah, no, I'll certainly call in more often. There's a lot of discussion in the last couple of days about Gull Island, and I'm certainly adamant that things need to be done differently in the future, and Muskrat Falls is certainly not a perfect model of how to engage local communities that are impacted by it.
Some might say that is quite the understatement. Anyway, sir, listen, I got to run. I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Okay, you take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.